Pros and cons of being single. Oh, hang on, one beer. Ginger beer empty. That one's empty. I've basically got on the computer at 7 o'clock this morning. 7:20 now. Been on the computer for maybe 11 hours today. Just drinking sugar all day. Rice, fruit, sugar. Sitting down carbs. Sugar is key for any good relationship. So you carved up, you can give, you can listen, you can be present, you can do good. Not flipping out. People eat the least, freak out the most. People eat the least carbohydrates, I should say. People eat the least carbohydrates will freak out the most. So, single versus being in a relationship, pros and cons. Now, I'm coming up 40. Been in my share of relationships, both one-nighters and longest relationship I had was 9 years living with the good old FL. So I've got the contrast, just a one-nighter hook up to the 9-year live-in, go through the courts when you get split up, stuff like that. So 50-50 split. So I've got some experience there to share. And I've been single and I've been in a relationship. I just already said that, didn't I? Oh, I can just read the comments now. So I do have a new girlfriend. Her name's Tori. She's a 20-year-old model here in Adelaide, and she's a vegan, and she's into cycling, and so really just similar, like-minded individual. So I find myself, I still feel single, even though I'm in a monogamous, committed relationship, because Tori is very like-minded, she's got similar goals to me, and that is the key thing. I'm happy being single, and I'm happy being in a relationship. I'm a one-girl sort of guy. I like the long-term stuff, the settling down, the Netflix and chill. I really enjoy that, And the first girlfriend I had was 2 years. Second girlfriend, almost 2 years. Third, I know I had a few in-betweeners, but just sort of more like, friendship. Wasn't really going anywhere. It's just maybe, sex and hanging out and just friends, And still in contact with a lot of people from the past, I definitely big fan of being friends with people. Obviously people drift apart, but I'm not enemies with anyone, maybe except for Banana Girl. But that'll sort itself out. We'll be buddies again sometime. Definitely not. We're not compatible in terms of relationship. As friends, no worries. Common interests as well. Similar sense of humour. But I would say the problem people do, especially guys, most guys get in a relationship to end a period of sexual starvation. They're not getting any action. They meet a girl, she's like really good in bed or whatever, and they're just like, oh man, this is awesome. But they're only compatible sexually, but nothing else really. And then, you're living with them, and then things are coming up. Maybe they're not a vegan, maybe they're cycling, or maybe they smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol or whatever. They're doing things that you don't really vibe with, but because you're you're in this period of sexual starvation as a guy, then you just like, and then maybe getting pregnant because you had a vasectomy, and it's just boom. Before you know it, you got kids, you're going through the family law court and you're paying child support the rest of your 18 years next on. So, which is fine if that's what you want. A lot of people, man, I've got to tell you, the biggest tip, guys, man, and girls, women, and men out there, there's definitely someone for you if you want it. Be who you want to attract. Write down a list of what you must have in a partner. And it is powerful, man. Don't put it in your phone, don't put it in your head, put it on a fucking piece of paper and stick it up and be objective. Because when you have those things, man, I write them down, man, and it's insane. People you meet in your life, it's really cool, really good times, man. So I would say you have to write shit down, and you have to read it daily, and you have to read it like, boom, this is what I'm gonna manifest. Otherwise, you get whatever shows up. You go shopping, you look at the 99-cent rack, Where you're gonna go in there, you don't want to specify what you want to put in your shopping cart. Otherwise, you just get whatever shows up, and you're like, oh, I got this, but I wanted that. Oh, shit, my hands are full now. And that's no fun. What isn't cool for you or anyone else is leading someone on just because you're lonely or horny. If you're going to get into a casual relationship, you got to specify, hey, this is just what it is. Friends who fuck or whatever, it's not going any more than that. You have to specify that. So many guys bullshit women. Oh, just to get some action. That is so wrong, man. That is so wrong. You have to specify straight up, man, what your goal is, what your intentions are. Otherwise, it's just wrong. And that can be, I've definitely haven't been perfect. That's how I've learned. That's how I can speak from experience, because I've made those mistakes in the past. Maybe I was shy. I was thinking, how do I say what I really feel without hurting them or whatever? But you just got to say it, man. It's got to be blunt. And people might not like that honesty, but in the long run they'll appreciate it, especially as they mature. So you have to be upfront. You have to have a list of what you want, and you have a list of what you have to be in order to not just obtain that person in your life, but to sustain that person in your life. And if you don't have that list, you get whatever shows up, man. And don't drink alcohol. No alcohol. No alcohol. You want to be straight, man. You want to be like fucking carved up early night, straight as fuck. So when you meet someone, you can like, oh yeah, this person's really cool. Don't be drunk, man. Fuck, man. Don't get with anyone who drinks alcohol. I mean, you might get with them, but don't take them seriously because they're not serious. If you drink alcohol, in my opinion, you're not serious. Oh, that Gary Vee guy. All talk, no game. All money, no substance. What else can we say? All dollars, no cents. I would say as well that, you got to have someone who's really on the same page, man. And that's what I love about, Tori. She's just on the same page. We did 200k ride the other day, like 200k ride, and just like fucking next level fitness, man. This chick is fucking next level fitness. It's not so how fit she is, as how willing she is to go and do shit that makes her fitter. It's just this next level. She's doing 17:29 Norton Summit, and still got more room for improvement. She'll be doing sub 15. She could do a sub 15 next week if she went full gas, I reckon. So it's next level shit, and it's really cool to be a part of that. And it's not fair for me to get someone who's not really into sport, drag them in and go, I want you to do this, and it's just too painful, man. Or get someone and go, oh, you're not a vegan, I want you to be a vegan. It's not. No. You got to have someone who's on the same page, man, who can rub off on you and you can rub off on them, versus you trying to rub them and then you rub them the wrong way. You're basically in a fucking kayak, in a fucking boat together, and you're paddling. And if you're one person's paddling this side and you're going around in circles, that's no fun. You want to be like, boom, going, straight forward motion. So have that list, man. Single. Oh man, it is good being in a relationship, because when you got someone like-minded, that's really awesome, man. You got a team. That's really fucking powerful. And so many people in relationships, especially women, because they're lonely, they can't handle being alone. From what their friends might say, or their parents might say, or oh my god, I've never been alone since as a teenager. I've always been with guys, and I need male approval. And then eventually, guys sniff that out. They're like, oh, she needs male approval. I can treat her like shit, really, and she'll always be there because maybe her dad rejected her, or maybe her teacher rejected her, or her first boyfriend rejected her. And so she's always chasing that male approval, and she'll only really be attracted to guys who actually reject her, because she'll like try and chase their approval. And once she gets it, she'll be like, oh, I'm not interested in this guy anymore. It's crazy, isn't it? That's fucking so powerful, so true. And that's generally with women who aren't that mature yet emotionally. And they may be older, maybe 30, 40, 50, 60, and they're still in that rut because they haven't really identified it yet. So not necessarily 18 or 17-year-olds, but that's a common one, man, is women who didn't get approval from daddy or whoever, and then they don't respect guys who give them respect. They will not respect you at all. And they're the women I would say don't get involved with, because they're just more trouble than they're worth. They're not bad people, it's just there's too many awesome chicks out there, in my opinion. It's all just my opinion, alright? This is just my opinion. If you're offended by it, not my attention. This is just my opinion, my experience. I've said there's too many legit women out there, and the guys as well. Some guys got daddy issues or mummy issues, and I would say they're not really worth your time if they're not willing to really fucking mature up and get it going. If you can identify a situation, like, fuck, that's so true, and then they're willing to take action on it, they're keepers. If they're not, then they're just Tinder hookups sort of thing. I think it's another subject on Tinder. Tinder's definitely a powerful resource to meet people, for sure. All these dating websites, I definitely recommend, if you're single, look for someone to get on there. Definitely get on there, and they're good for communicating, sexting and talking, and maybe doing hookups, maybe meeting some friends as well off Tinder. Okay, definitely powerful tools. But again, you've got to specify what your intentions are as well. You don't really lead no one on. So I would say that, what can I say else? You got any questions? Let us know below. Have a list, man, and don't settle for second best. And you'll have female friends and male friends. Maybe you don't have any intimacy with them, but you're just buddies, and that's good. Or maybe you got female, male friends, and you fuck occasionally, and that's cool too, as long as you're clear what the deal is, But don't, if you're a girl and you're hoping a guy's going to commit, he just ain't into you that much, man. He's just your friend. That's fine. But you have to have the DTR conversation, defining a relationship conversation. So maybe he's just a fuck buddy, or maybe she's just a fuck buddy. You know, have that conversation and don't lose your shit. Don't be freaking out. Just go, what's the deal? You know, and just communicate, man. The quality of relationship is in direct proportion to the quality of communication. The quality of communication is in direct proportion to how good a relationship's going to be. If you can't communicate, then you need to. And if you can communicate maturely and that person won't listen to you, then they're not worth your time. You know, move on. Wish them the best. What I was going to say, but life's too short, man, to be nagging someone into doing stuff that you're into. If you have to nag your wife or boyfriend into cycling or eating healthy, man, just set them free. You know, just set them free. Just move on. Just be friends with them and be single. Enjoy being single. Enjoy spending time alone. And if you're one of these people who just monkey branch from relationship without any legit single time isn't hooking up with other people. Single time is by yourself, doing your shit, writing down your goals. It's not hooking up. Single time's not even on Tinder. I recommend people have time off, at least 6 months to a year, no dating. I've done this before. Just you and your thoughts, training your ass off, etc. No sex, nothing. Just boom, just working out who you are, what's important to you in life. You know, what drives you. And then when you meet someone you like, you're there because you can bring stuff to the table versus you're just hungry and trying to feed off them. And then maybe they're doing the same thing. And then you got two hungry people at a fucking table just fucking eating each other's food. And then that just goes, boom, just fucking combusts. But if you can go there, two people, and bring stuff to the table, that's really cool as well. Because then that's when you got real good teamwork going on there. You know, and teamwork, man. Relationships all about teamwork. If you don't have teamwork, get out now, you know, and it's just, fuck, man, relationships are a lot of pleasure, but a lot of pain, and my biggest tip is enjoy being comfortable and confident, totally single, no female attention, no male attention. 6 months to a year, where you can just do without it. I mean, it's good when you get it, but are you addicted to it? Are you dependent on it? A lot of people are. So you want to be able to just detach from that, have nothing, and just be who are you. What's important to you? Do that step. Next step, let's say you say, okay, now it's time for me to, I've done that. I want to I want to enjoy my life with someone else. Then write down a list of someone you would like to be with. The musts, like 10 points, must have this, must be this person. And then you have to put in a list as well what you must be in order to obtain and sustain that person in your life. And then 3 is, get on YouTube, get on Tinder, all these dating places, and fucking market yourself. Market yourself, and you'll just find that people just come out of the woodwork because you're a person who doesn't need people, and then you become the person people need. You've got your list, you've had your time out, you know what you want, and when you see it, you grab it and you make it fucking work. Simple as that.